Good morning. It's been a while since I did this. Last time I recorded myself walking anywhere around this time, I was still living with my parents. I don't know if I'll do anything with that last video. I feel like I was rambling quite a bit. If I do end up posting this one, I already have an idea of what the title is probably going to look like. Today, God woke me up at 5 in the morning. I know he did because it was 5 on the dot. And my alarm was set for, I believe, somewhere around 6. Didn't exactly go to sleep early for me to wake up around this time. Usually if I'm in bed by around 10 o'clock, I'll be waking up around this time. However, I was probably sound asleep somewhere around midnight, which typically would mean I would be waking up right around maybe 8. I thrive off of like somewhere around 8 hours of sleep. So that means that if I went to sleep around midnight, woke up at 5, I'm probably running on a solid 5 hours at the moment. I woke up at this time and I was very thirsty. I actually remember that I put the AC a little bit higher before I left the house because I went to visit my brother, which was just a spiritual experience. And just look at the road right now. There's not a single car down this road. There's a few cars commuting at the moment, but not a lot of activity. And there's certainly, I don't see a single human walking down the sidewalk for the foreseeable mile. I do genuinely believe that God woke me up this morning after a pretty rough 2 weeks. These past 2 weeks have been emotionally draining. I haven't been feeling close to God. I have been feeling pretty distant, not just from the Lord, but from who I am, from myself. I could have just kept sleeping like I have been these past few weeks, almost a month now. Could have just said, screw it, I'm tired, I haven't had enough sleep. Could have put 1,000,001 excuses in the book and just kept snoozing. But after these past 2 weeks that I've been having, I'm just feeling terrible about myself. I said, you know what, I need to prove to God that I'm still in this. I need to prove to myself that I'm still in this. When I woke up this morning, I just went to the fridge and grabbed the water because I was a little bit thirsty. And after I came back into my room, after a few sips of water, I said, am I gonna go back to bed? There's no point. I need to make a sacrifice. I need to, again, show God that I'm still in this. And hopefully this, for any of my newly practicing Christians or Catholics, wherever you lie in your faith, as long as you believe in Jesus Christ, I hope that this inspires you and guides you towards, at least what I believe is how we get closer to God and how we live a life that is in alignment with God. God likes people that make sacrifices. Huge part of what the Bible teaches, and I'm not the most well versed in scripture. I genuinely want to become much better with scripture and learn and be able to preach, not exactly preach, but be able to comment on the teachings of the Bible and help others find their way. Yeah, so for the people that are trying to kind of become better with their faith, and that's probably the reason why you're watching this video, you believe in Jesus Christ and you're trying to live more in alignment. But temptation is everywhere, and the things of this world want to push you away from faith, push you away from the path of righteousness, and keep you addicted to things, keep you wrapped up in sin. And Just overall living a life that you're not feeling proud of. Whereas if you follow the path of righteousness, you realize that when you make sacrifices, when maybe you feel like being lazy and not doing anything, but you get up and are active, when you feel one of your maybe former vices kind of knocking at the door saying, hey, remember how good this felt? You know, how good it was to, drink or pornography or engage in sexual immorality, whatever the case might be for you. When you make the sacrifice to, in a way, put your foot down and say, no, I'm not going to succumb, and you seek the Lord and you really make the effort to live your life in a way that's in alignment with what God would want you to do, that's when you really start to notice the blessings. Because I know there's a lot of people out there that perhaps do have an open channel of communication with God. They are heavy into praying, but prayer without action is a tricky one, because oftentimes you don't really experience that genuine feeling of your prayers being answered, or that there's divine intervention in your life. I'll speak on my most recent experience, my most divine experience that I've had recently, which a couple of days ago, wow, these people are driving phenomenally fast at this time. The experience that I had most recently was, well, of course, these past 2 weeks, as I mentioned, have just been rough for me emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And in a way, also physically. I haven't really been taking care of myself physically. Yet, here we are. I have my faith over fear shirt that I recently got. Yeah, I just wasn't feeling too great. And then these past 2 days specifically, I was kind of just analyzing my situation, saying, you know what, like, it's a known thing that the moment that you try to get close to God, not only God knows your potential, the potential that you can have when you get closer to Him and you live in a righteous way, the enemy knows that too. And so what the enemy is going to try to do is do everything in his power to try to make you doubt yourself, God, to essentially make you doubt that what you're even doing has any profound effect in your life. So you doubt that God has any profound effects in your life, positive ones anyway. And so I've been feeling the strong negativity. I've been feeling the energy from the enemy trying to dissuade me from my path, from my efforts of getting close to God. And that's just not right. Really making an effort to speak to God and to pray and read scripture. I've been just recently, as of 2 weeks, giving up alcohol entirely. Making the decision to step away from alcohol, it, needless to say, was met with quite a bit of resistance and playful jokes, but some more serious than others. Still, I know it's the right decision for me. Still, I know it's the decision that God would want me to make. So I did it, and I will deal with any worldly resistance that comes from it. And so far, so good. I pray to God He gives me the strength to keep this going. Keep you guys posted on that. But I've been feeling the pressure. Give up. But God believes in me, so I need to believe in myself, and I need to keep pushing. When He woke me up at 5 a.m. today, I knew that it was an opportunity for me to show Him that I'm still in this. So I was aware enough to take it. Yeah, I think I'll end this video here. All this to say, if God wakes you up, God is trying to reach out to you, don't ignore His signs. Act accordingly. Take the step, make the sacrifice. Don't let the enemy win. I was letting the enemy win these past couple weeks. And there's no greater satisfaction than knowing that you are making a sacrifice for God that ultimately is going to reflect positively in the person that you are, not just towards yourself, but towards others, and the person that you are when it comes to your relationship with God and how you show up. I hope everyone has a blessed day. Let's be the best that we can be for God and those around us. God bless.